welcome to Beyond the Blue Chat. I am really delighted to introduce my guest this evening. I am joined by Asha Sreedhar. Hi, Asha.
Hi,
Nice to have you on this chat. Thank you for being here.
you're welcome.
Just a little bit about Asha. Asha was born in Malawi, and a teacher noticed when she started preschool at the age of 4 that there was something different about her because while the rest of the class was focusing uh, in the classroom, Asha was found outside playing with farm animals and chasing butterflies. Uh, she told her parents to check out their daughter, and when they took her to a psychiatrist in Africa, they couldn't detect anything, and so she continued schooling in Africa and found a lot of support amongst her teachers and her classmates. As academics got more and more difficult in Africa, Asha and her family moved to the US, where she was enrolled in the US school system. It was here that she was detected with Asperger's syndrome and was provided with help and support in school till about the sixth grade, after which she has been managing completely by herself. Asha went on to college and she graduated with the highest honors. And following this, she had a hard time finding employment because a lot of the jobs, as do a lot of jobs these days, stress on communication skills. Asha finally got hired, and when her manager noticed that she had excellent computer skills, he told her to pursue IT. And this was an area that was endorsed when she met Dr. Temple Grandin, who also told her that this was a good area for her to get into. Asha and her family then moved to Bangalore in 2014 where she trained in IT. She also enrolled at the Autism at Work program at Enable India, and she was selected to work at SAP Labs in 2015. And this is a place where Asha continues to work. So, Asha, once again, thank you very much. And I just have a few questions for you, and I'm sure a lot of people do because it's really lovely to see such a bright young woman like you who is on the autism spectrum and who's just been such a tremendous success in life. So I wanted to ask you, how did you first discover that you have autism? I know you said that you've answered this question a little bit when we were talking, but what was it like when you first discovered this?
Okay, so the school staff gave me a diagnosis when I went to US and said that I have autism.
Right. Okay. And how did everybody feel around you? The family, you, how did it feel?
It was a relief for them to see that I have autism, but at the same time they were worried.
Okay.
I felt very scared and sad at the same time
Okay.
because I didn't know how colleagues would treat me in that country.
Right. I can understand that. Did you also feel a sense of relief? Because I've read that a lot of people, when they finally get their diagnosis, feel a tremendous sense of relief. Did you feel that way?
I also felt a little bit of relief.
Okay. Okay. So do you think that once you got your diagnosis, because you were quite old by then, right? You were almost you were in the US. You must have been. How old were you when you got the diagnosis?
9 years old.
So do you feel people started treating you differently at that point of time? Your friends, your family, the people around you. Was there a difference in the way they kind of approached you and communicated with you and interacted?
Yes, they started treating differently.
Okay. How
Yeah,
so?
yeah. In the school, kids used to get in the school they used to help me out with giving a lot of speech therapy
Okay.
and special education help. So kids were used to get very jealous,
Oh,
and they used to
okay.
ask why you're giving it to this girl from a foreign country and not for us. They
Okay.
used to fight with the school teacher.
Okay. But did any of that behavior kind of come out on you? Was it reflected on you in any way?
It didn't come out on me. They used to just fight with the teacher, and then
Okay.
they used to avoid me and exclude me from activities.
Okay. And how did that make you feel?
I used to feel sad, but then my teachers told me the kids are like that here, just ignore them and serve as an epitome of the country.
Okay, that's a great
It's very
great piece
common
of
in the
advice.
US.
Right, but that's a great piece of advice, and I think you must have taken it to heart because you did manage to, kind of graduate with top honors, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, can I ask you that we were talking about friends, and did you have any friends growing up in school and then later on in college? Did you have friends, or did you
Few friends.
a few friends? Okay, were they
Yeah.
also on the autism spectrum?
Some of them were on autism spectrum. They were also in special ed classes with me.
Okay, okay. So, did you find it challenging to make friends in high school and college?
In the high school and middle school, it was very challenging because the kids were very different. The culture is very different there
Right, right,
because all the girls had boyfriend, girlfriend culture.
right, right. That's true. And then later on, when you moved to college,
College was also okay, but there were not many kids my age studying. Most of them were already 30s and 40s coming back after long
okay,
time
okay,
starting family to college.
right, right. So that was challenging as well,
Very challenging.
right? And can you tell me uh, what exactly about those negotiating? Because you said that the culture was very different, right? Um,
Yeah.
what exactly did you find challenging at that time?
Mostly socializing with the kids
Yeah.
because they had different interests and
Okay.
most of them didn't have general knowledge about where I was from.
Right.
And they used to ask nonsense questions about which country. They used to say, how can you be from Africa? You're not a black, you should be from Pakistan or India.
Right. Right.
And then they
Yeah.
used to say, your president is Nelson Mandela. I said, it's not my president
Right.
because
Right.
they put on the birth certificate, your president. That's
Okay.
the only president they know in Africa.
Right.
They don't know
Right.
other presidents.
Yes. Yes. That's true. Very true. That's true. And how did you deal with that, Asha? Because it must have been really difficult to negotiate middle school. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of kids who are in middle school, neurotypical kids, find
Mm,
it challenging to negotiate. To kind of negotiate middle school, high school. These are challenging years for them.
mm,
Being on the
yeah.
spectrum and having to be on this. Not only were you on the spectrum, you were also in a country which was different from yours. You were in a culture that was different from the one you'd grown up in. So how did you
Yeah.
manage to negotiate that, and how did it make you feel at that time? What were your feelings?
My feelings were my parents told me to focus only on academics,
Right.
not to talk much and socialize with those kids. And if there are other Indian kids, to go and mix with them and
Okay.
Asian kids,
Okay.
because those are very super bright students.
Right. And they accepted you, the other Asian Indian kids.
Yes, they used to come and talk to me.
Okay. Okay. That's great. And what were the things you did to kind of, make yourself happy at that time, or to kind of keep your mental peace, to kind of ease your
I used to
anxiety?
sit I used to sit and study because I
Okay.
used to enjoy the coursework the way the teachers taught. I used to make use of the tutoring services after school.
Right. Right. Okay. So, what was your favorite subject?
In middle school
Yes.
or in school.
In middle school and school.
In middle school, I used to enjoy literature,
Okay.
English literature.
Right.
And then in high school, I used to like Spanish
Okay.
and then algebra
Okay. Great.
and social studies.
Okay. Super. So, if I mean, this was in middle school and high school, and you've come such a long way since then. Um, Tell me, do you still find friendships difficult?
Here in India, it's not difficult because people are very accepting and understanding
Okay.
of what is autism. Only if they speak fast, I will tell them slow down when you communicate
Right.
and explain the hard terms in simple terms for me to understand.
Okay. Okay. That's really interesting that you say people are so much more accepting in India because So many people that I have spoken to have said the opposite, that people in India don't even know what autism is, and so they are not that accepting. But it's gratifying to hear you say that they are a lot more accepting, um,
Yes.
and accept you so much better and, in such an easier way. So tell me about your uh, attractive young lady. How does romance figure in your life? What are your views on that?
I don't have any romantic relationships at the moment.
Would you like one?
It's depending. If I come across a nice boy who is understanding, supportive,
Right.
trusting, and who is willing to stay with me all my life, then I will proceed with
Okay.
it.
Okay. Great. Great. And tell me about your work at SAP. You've been with SAP for a long time.
Yeah.
Tell me about the workplace dynamic. How does it work for you in terms of your supervisors, your colleagues? How are you with them, and how are they with you? How has it been for you, the whole experience?
It has been a great journey and experience. My manager, mentor, and coworkers are very encouraging, supportive,
Okay.
trustworthy, helpful,
Right.
concerned,
Okay.
and very nice.
Okay.
My
And
mentor explains the tasks nicely before we do the work. If I don't understand, she will explain in a simple way.
okay.
And when we go out, they include me for team lunches, team outbounds, dinners, events, and
Okay.
give me chance to speak at meetings.
Okay. That's great. That's great. What do you
Yeah.
enjoy the most about your workday?
What I enjoy most is the encouragement and support which they give. And they have also helped me to write blogs at SAP for Autism at Work program.
Okay, that's fantastic. It sounds like you've got a superb team and great mentors and managers as well.
And then last year, in the month of April of 2020, my manager told everybody to dress up in blue for Autism Awareness Month
Right,
for me. And then
right.
he asked one colleague to explain why we have dressed up in blue. So he said it's Autism Awareness Month.
Okay,
He guessed correctly. And he said to represent Asha because she's on our team and she
that
has autism.
that's fabulous. That must have made you feel really good.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. That's really wonderful. So tell me about a day in your life. What how does your how does your day go? What do you do?
Okay, in my day, I have to get up in the morning for work.
Right,
And then I check messages, respond to messages. And then I start my typical routine tasks.
right.
And then in the evenings, after I finish, I go out for walking
Okay,
around the neighborhood. And
right.
then I practice yoga 3 times a week before work.
Okay. That's great. It sounds like you're very fit.
Yes.
Okay. And how do you spend time on the weekend?
Weekends, I like to go out and eat different cuisines
Okay.
and do shopping like in Jainagar with my mom.
Okay. Great. Great. That's great. So tell me, Asha, I've realized that a lot of women especially, kind of mask or camouflage their autism, and this has a lot of negative impact on them. It really makes their life very difficult in terms of raising their anxiety. Makes them extremely anxious, and it creates a lot of other issues for them in terms of low confidence, low self worth, self esteem. Did you ever feel that way? Did you ever feel the need to mask or camouflage?
Yes, I used to not tell some of the teachers and students and professors that I have autism because I was scared of getting bullied
Right.
and fear of being a victim for
Okay.
teasing.
Okay.
So I used to just keep quiet and keep it to myself.
Okay. And
And there means some people will create a different impression of autism.
okay. And how did that make you feel having to mask and camouflage?
So I used to just, it wouldn't make me feel bad. I used to just focus on my studies and everything.
Okay.
I was not letting it affect me too much.
Okay. So it didn't have an impact on you.
No.
Okay. But when you finally kind of told them and you know let everybody know that you were on the spectrum, did that feel much more natural and easier for you?
I didn't tell them
Oh, you didn't tell them at
in the
all.
college.
Okay, you
No,
didn't tell
because
them.
it wasn't known still that time.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay. But can you see a difference between, say, college and at, at SAP, where you're totally, it's a known fact that you're on the spectrum?
Yeah, I can see a big difference.
Okay.
If I had told in the college and school, then there will be more bullying, teasing, and exclusion. Here means, at least in SAP, nobody teases or bullies.
Yes.
They accept our gifts and talents.
That's great. I'm really glad that you found this kind of conducive work atmosphere. So tell me, what do you love about your autism that you would never change? Something you wouldn't change?
What I would love to never change is the smartness, cleverness, and attention to detail skills.
Okay. Okay. That's great. That's really wonderful to hear that. And one final question that I have for you is that we all have hopes and dreams. Can you tell me what you hope for and what you dream about?
I hope to be a famous autism icon like Dr. Temple Grandin and travel around the globe to spread more autism awareness in communities, workplaces, colleges, and schools. And I also hope that more companies must open the doors for people with autism and no one should get left out.
Thank you, Asha. That is so amazing. I hope your dream comes true, and I think that's a fabulous dream to have. I really hope it comes true.
Yes.
And you are already on your way to becoming an autism icon. I've been seeing that you're talking at all kinds of events, all kinds of platforms, and that's really wonderful. So I really hope your dream comes true.
Yes, I also wanted to share another thing.
Sure.
I got to speak at the United Nations this year on April
Okay.
8th, 2021 as a panelist.
Oh, that's fantastic. How did that make you feel?
Made me feel so good. I was with other 4 panelists from around the world.
Okay. That's absolutely wonderful. What an honor. What an amazing honor that is for you.
Yes.
Great. That's really wonderful. So that's the first step in your dreams coming true. And I hope your dreams come true. I hope you can speak all over the world and really help raise awareness and acceptance about autism. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on this chat.
You're welcome.
And really, giving me your time. And wishing you lots and lots of success and happiness. Thank you so much, Asha.
You're welcome.